What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Saturday, November 25th, 2023, and I have an emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now, it is 11:56 a.m. Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have some major breaking news coming in from the Middle East. So, apparently, Yemen's Houthi rebels or the Yemen army have seized a British container ship in the Red Sea. And the name of this ship is called the Zim Luanda, and it was going from Israel to China. So this is a British container ship that has now been seized by Yemen yet again. And this was posted this morning by the Yemen army spokesman, and he just tweeted Zim. And there's some vessel tracking websites that confirm that this ship was in fact seized based on the path of this vessel. So this is very concerning, guys. The Yemen military has seized another Western cargo ship or container ship. Very, very concerning information. We also have some breaking news coming in that apparently a Qatari delegation has arrived in Israel to discuss extending the current temporary ceasefire in exchange for the release of more hostages held by Hamas. And apparently, Egyptian and Qatari communications are underway to extend this ceasefire. And one of the Egyptian officials working on this said that they have received positive indicators regarding extending the truce in Gaza for another day or two. Now, American citizens are not expected to be among the hostages released during this truce, but the White House remains hopeful that 3 American citizens will be part of the hostage release in the coming days. This was reported by CNN. Okay, so only 3 American citizens being released. That's a terrible deal, guys. Okay, the Biden administration is just doing a terrible job managing this situation, just like they did a really bad job managing Ukraine. And we have a U.S. Ohio class submarine that just took off from Bangor, Washington. That's their home base on the west coast of the United States. It's actually their main base. That's where most of the U.S.'s nuclear armed submarines are kept, and that's also where they store Trident missiles in Bangor, Washington. So we have a nuclear armed submarine that just left this base outside of Seattle. And where it's going, we don't know, but it's full of nukes. And this was 2 days ago. This picture was taken. Potentially, it's going to be going to the Korean Peninsula or some other flashpoint area. And apparently, there are now air raid alerts in southern Israel due to missiles that were fired from Yemen. So, Yemen is continuing to fire ballistic missiles at southern Israel. Very concerning. And we know that just a few weeks ago, for the first time in Israel's history as a nation, did they ever have a medium range ballistic missile fired at them, which is just very, very concerning. And Russia has relocated their RS-24 Yars ICBM to the Kozelsk military base in western Russia, closer to Europe, and the missile can reach London in less than 5 minutes. So the RS-24 Yars is a missile that could be used in silos, and it can also be put on trucks. So this is very, very concerning. My guess is this is probably one of the trucks, the mobile launchers that they have. Russia has over 150 of the mobile launchers. The Yars is a multiple warhead missile. It can carry 4 to 6 warheads with a lower yield. So it does have a lot of firepower, and they're very difficult to track once they disperse to the countryside. Derek Chauvin, the former Minneapolis police officer who was convicted of murdering George Floyd, was stabbed by another inmate and seriously injured last night at a federal prison in Arizona. A person familiar with the matter told the Associated Press the Bureau of Prisons confirmed that He was assaulted at the FCI Tucson at around 12:30 p.m. local time on Friday. In a statement, the agency said responding employees contained the incident and performed life-saving measures. And apparently he's in serious condition, guys. Okay, he's in serious condition. He was stabbed. And Russia conducted one of their largest ever drone strikes on Kyiv this morning. They used over 40 of the Iranian Shahed drones to target a variety of buildings in Kyiv and to also waste some of the Ukrainian air defense systems and to detect their locations. And apparently, there are now emergency power outages underway in Kyiv. So the situation in Ukraine is still not looking good, still escalating. And Ukraine has agreed with its partners to receive warships to ensure the safety of vessels in the Black Sea grain corridor. This was confirmed by President Zelensky. He said, "We already have specific agreements on receiving ships. This is a matter of the near future." So this is crazy, guys. Ukraine is going to get some kind of warships now. That's huge news. And Israel's military said that they shot down a surface-to-air missile fired from Lebanon at an Israeli remotely manned aircraft. The aircraft was not damaged and continued its mission, and the missile did not cross into Israeli territory. So that is huge news, guys. Lebanon continuing to fire missiles at Israel. Israeli fighter jets attacked terrorist infrastructure belonging to Hezbollah in response to the attack. And Iran attacked an Israeli owned container ship in the Indian Ocean with Shahed drones, a U.S. defense official said on Saturday. The attack on the Malta flagged ship was carried out on Friday, a ship owned by an Israeli billionaire in international waters. Okay, so what you're looking at here is a picture of that container ship, which is now on fire. So Iran is now attacking ships in the Indian Ocean. The Yemen military is now seizing ships in the Red Sea. So things are continuing to escalate in the Middle East, and our administration is doing absolutely nothing about it. And Japan's defense minister said that some kind of object is now in orbit following North Korea's satellite launch. And they don't know what kind of object it is, but that's pretty interesting and very concerning. An unknown object is now in orbit after North Korea's satellite launch. And what you're looking at here is an aerial refueler plane that is circling over Nantucket. And this is to provide aerial refueling for various types of security planes that are patrolling Nantucket because Biden is there. And this update was sponsored by My Patriot Supply. Guys, they have brought back their 25% discount on their 3-month emergency food supply. And to get the discount, you have to use the link preparewithnyprepper.com. And the link is in the description below this video. And this 3-month emergency food supply has a 25-year shelf life, and it's all contained within 6 rugged, watertight buckets. So it doesn't take up a lot of space. Pretty much anyone can find the space in their home to fit 6 buckets, and it'll cover you for 3 months. And it's a variety of food, lunches, breakfasts, dinners, drinks, snacks, free shipping included, 25% off their normal price. Use the link preparewithnyprepper.com to get the discount. They also have a 2-week emergency food supply, which is excellent for outdoorsmen or people who go vehicle camping. They also have a general store. If you click the My Patriot Supply logo at the top of the page when you get to preparewithnyprepper.com, it'll take you to their general store where they have everything you can imagine, from potassium iodide to water filters, solar generators, solar panels, survival seeds, fire starters, anything you can imagine, it's all there. So use the link preparewithnyprepper.com to get 25% off of the My Patriot Supply 3-month freeze-dried food supply. And the link is in the description below this video. And we have the German newspaper Bild reporting that apparently Germany and the US are trying to push Ukraine into some kind of a peace deal with Russia to freeze the current front lines. And the Philippines and Australia began their first joint sea and air patrols in the South China Sea on Saturday, just days after the Philippines took similar steps with the US. So a lot of drills going on in the Asia Pacific region. Okay, Japan, the Philippines, Australia, the US, Taiwan, all these countries are gearing up for war with China. Taiwan is about to conduct exercises at a beach at high risk of a large-scale landing by China. The Taiwanese army will hold a live fire exercise on December 28th at Zhishu Beach, which is the most sensitive location should China invade Taiwan. All right, live fire exercise at this critical beach in Taiwan. This is going to be in a month. Austrian special forces have done a large-scale multi-agency exercise called Walgau 23, and the exercise was aimed at a scenario of a terrorist attack in Kosovo where they would be deployed to protect civilians on the border with Serbia. And Twitter could lose up to $75 million by the end of the year as major brands are now pulling their advertisements from Twitter because Elon Musk endorsed an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory. And in general, Twitter is just becoming very anti-Semitic, very anti-Ukraine. And the president of Guyana is in South America, apparently raised a flag in a disputed part of Guyana. Venezuela wants to annex 70% of Guyana. Okay, what you're looking at here is a map of Guyana. You can see Venezuela just to the west, and Venezuela wants to annex this entire western half of Guyana, which is very, very concerning. And they want to do it because there's a lot of oil and gold there. Okay, this would be 70% of Guyana's territory. All right. And so the president of Guyana went to this area and he raised a flag over this area. Okay, here's a video of him raising the flag. So the president of Guyana is standing firm and standing tough. But you see how as soon as Russia invaded Ukraine and Biden showed weakness and fear to Vladimir Putin, how everything else is spiraling out of control now across the world. We have, Hamas attacking Israel. We have a war in the Middle East now. We have North Korea getting more bold. We have Venezuela trying to annex 70% of their neighbor. And by the way, they're going to have a referendum on December the 3rd, which is literally next weekend, to annex this part of Guyana. Okay, Essequibo is the name of this region, Essequibo territory. Okay, Venezuela is a communist country supported by Vladimir Putin, China, Iran. They're all buddies. So this is very concerning, guys. Okay. So that's the latest information that I have. I will do another update later on this evening. So I hope you guys have a great afternoon. And until next time, take care. God bless. And don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.